I'm Mary Nicholl. I am the Head of HR Strategy and Policy and I work for the Scottish Parliament. It's a great honour for the Parliament to win something like that because it gives recognition of the support that they can put in place for people who have epilepsy.
I'm Ross Bennett. I'm a Detective Chief Inspector and I work for Fife Constabulary. I won the award in 2006 and it meant a great deal to Fife Constabulary because we've been trying for a couple of years to win the award.
I live with epilepsy, but it does affect my working life because in fact quite a lot of the seizures that I have happen in the office. So it does have an impact on my working life from that point of view.
Yes, I have epilepsy and I'm very lucky in that the epilepsy is in the main nocturnal, which means I only really get my seizures when I'm sleeping, other than a couple of hours I've had when I've been awake.
One of the big things that they've done is they paid for me to go to a neurologist when my seizure pattern changed. And it was very worrying when the seizure pattern changed. And so getting the early appointment with the neurologist actually saved me 9 months of waiting time for an appointment with the NHS.
All in all, Fife Constabulary was far more welcoming an organisation for people with a condition such as epilepsy, and I've first-hand experience of that. I was once a detective constable diagnosed as having epilepsy. I'm now a Detective Chief Inspector. There's been a number of times where the medication has either been getting changed or something's happened and it's not quite worked for me, and I've been able to either work at home for a while, a couple of weeks just to time me through, or if I've had a seizure which has been later on in the night, nearer waking up time, I can come into work a little bit later. That's just agreed practice.
Another really positive thing is that we have a phased return to work policy. So if you've been absent with something like epilepsy, we will allow you to work shorter hours to ease you back into the workplace and give paid special leave to make up for the balance of hours, so you're not actually losing any salary.
The police service is there to represent the public that we serve. I would go further than that to say we should be part of the community we serve. Therefore, we should have members of staff in our organisation that have the same conditions as the public we serve.
The main thing I would advise other employers to do is to try to make it as simple as possible for people to disclose medical conditions such as epilepsy. People still are a bit embarrassed about telling their employer that they have epilepsy. But if they make it easy for them to disclose that they have epilepsy, then the individual can get the bespoke support that they need.
My name's Shona Sinclair. I'm the founding director of Ltcas Scotland Community Interest Company. I was diagnosed with ME, chronic fatigue syndrome, in 2002. Well, what we found, both from sort of personal lived experiences and from research which we've done, funded through the Long-Term Conditions Alliance, was that very bizarrely, if you have a long-term condition such as ME, then to be able to actually control your environment, your workplace and how you're living is really the best way for a lot of people of actually self-managing their condition.
My name is Liz McConnell. I'm a self-employed project manager and trainer contracted to SKS to manage the Work For Me project, and I have ME. Work For Me is a pilot project that we're completing this year to look at self-employment options for people with long-term conditions.
My name is Helen Rice. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome hypermobility type, and I'm self-employed as a researcher and research support worker. Doing the Work For Me work has given me a great way of testing out my ability to work and to be employed again.
And you know, for many of us living with a long-term condition, not being able to work, the obvious sort of financial problems that incurs, but in terms of your own confidence, your own well-being, your own self-esteem is quite devastating. But the fear of going into a traditional conventional employment route is too challenging. And therefore, if you can actually be self-employed, you can still control your work environment and actually earn a living. But as importantly, for a lot of people, their confidence, their self-esteem, sense of self-worth returns.
It's really flexible. I can do some of the work from home. I can do some of the work from the hot desk here at Ltcas. I can fit it in around my own needs, my hospital appointments, all of the sorts of things that make doing more kind of traditional employment difficult with a long-term condition. It's just been a really good experience so far.